the most perfect tie-in.
Like,
We'll have to wait and see, guys.
how could you fuck this up? He's gonna be like, I watched National Treasure. I'm trying to think, like, what's the closest way you could fuck it up.
Hey guys, and welcome to the latest episode of the Up Real Late podcast. This week we're on episode 69. My name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined here by Tim McGavick.
Hey, I'm joined here by a bunch of 12-year-olds apparently.
Oh!
Giggling.
Fart boobies!
And one more.
And Tyler Switalski.
Hey guys, super glad to be here.
And Adam Franey.
I'm here. I thought you meant because I shaved, the 12-year-old thing, because I'm clean shaven for the listeners.
We're very opposite right now. I have like a Wolfman beard going on, which I'm currently fluffing.
Oh my god. It's terrifying.
Let's run down some of the topics we're going to discuss on this week's episode. As usual, we're going to talk about our last seen films. And we're going to do a couple of reviews this week. Firstly being Inferno, the latest film in the Da Vinci Code Angels and Demons franchise, starring Tom Hanks. And we're also doing a review for the film called Moonlight. And we got a couple news topics later, including a new trailer for the movie called Life. And also we're going to talk about Tom Hardy joining up with Josh Trank to do an Al Capone film. So we're going to talk about that later. If you do want to skip ahead to any of those topics, you can go in the description box below on YouTube and click on any of the timestamps and you can skip ahead. And also don't forget to leave a like on this video, leave a comment below in the comments section, and of course subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yeah. So, let's get into our last scenes. Who wants to start us off this week?
I'll do it.
Tim, what a surprise.
I watched a documentary this week.
I know what it is.
After the Flood.
It's not Amanda Knox. I already recorded that.
I know.
Which one is it?
Into the Inferno.
No.
What?
Man vs. Snake. The Long and Twisted Tale of Nibbler. Directed by Tim Kinsey and Andrew Seckler.
You didn't watch Werner Herzog's new Netflix documentary called Into the Inferno?
I did not.
Reviewing
Or
Inferno.
After the Flood. Or...
No. I watched Man vs. Snake. This is the story of Tim McVeigh. Not that Tim McVeigh. Very unfortunately named.
Who's that?
The Oklahoma City bomber? No.
Oh.
Not that Tim McVeigh.
Wow.
I only know movie news.
It's a different
not
one.
News.
This Tim McVeigh is the first person ever to score 1 billion points on a video game.
Oh, shit.
Back in like 1980 something.
I know what this
25 years later, he finds out that his high score was beat by an Italian man just a few months later, and he never knew it. And he trains to regain his title as the King of Nibbler.
It's actually epic.
Have you guys seen King of Kong?
Heard of it.
I've heard of it, yeah.
King of Kong is very good. Heavy 4.
Oh.
That's a story about this guy who's set out to beat or set a world record for the Donkey Kong game that's like impossible to play. This is like a spiritual successor, I guess. It's a different director, different creative team, but it's the same idea about this like old school arcade game. This guy's trying to set a high score. A couple characters show up in it that are in both movies. There's one guy that owns Twin Galaxies Arcade, which was a big arcade in LA, I think, or something like that. So he shows up in both movies, and then there's a guy, Billy Mitchell, who's kind of like the villain in King of Kong. He's kind of the guy you're rooting against. He shows up in this one. Still kind of a douchebag. He's like the only character or only person in the movie that calls Tim Timmy. So I'm just like, dude, the guy's like 40, you're still calling him Timmy. I'm like...
You can relate because we call you Timmy and
so
you're 40.
annoying. And like everyone else is like, hey, Tim, and this one guy's like, yeah, Timmy is just working really hard. I'm like, fuck, it's so like, just a little...
Little jabs, eh?
This is a good movie.
Really, Timmy?
These documentaries that are like about kind of like silly things
That people take super serious.
Yeah, like they need to have characters that you like relate to and care about, or like they need to have like a fun character in them. I do care about Tim McVeigh and his Nibbler issues.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you cry?
I didn't cry. No.
No.
But it's very good. He's a very likable guy. You're just like rooting for him to get his thing. He faces off against a Canadian at one point.
The worst.
And it's like the worst Canadian person I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, really?
Like, I hate him.
Really?
He's got like
person.
gross like short dreads. He's like so like just like he's constantly swearing. Like it puts Canadians in a bad light. I'm like, oh god.
It wasn't nice. Like,
no, it was gross.
I hate that shit.
But yeah, very, very good. I liked it. It's well directed. There's some
Understood.
animation in it that's tagged into it. It's good. If you guys like King Kong, or if you are interested in it, you'll probably check out this one. I'll probably watch King Kong first, maybe, because it's nice to see Billy Mitchell as like a villain and see why he's kind of a d-bag in this one as well. Even though he does call, he does call Tim, because this game takes like 40 hours to get like 1 billion points. So he calls him during like his marathon gaming. He's like, "Hey, keep it up, man. You're doing a really good job." But at the same time, I'm like, "Fuck you." I hate him from King Kong. But yeah, check it out.
Worth checking out.
Worth checking out. Documentary on Netflix.
I do want to see King Kong.
I also watched Amanda Knox, which is getting a lot of buzz. Netflix documentary, also very good.
Nice.
I decided to go with this one.
Interesting choice.
There you go.
Who wants to jump in next with their last scene?
Adam, if you want to go first.
Oh, thank you. Quick one for me. Don't know that I have much to say. Maybe I will. We'll see.
Well, you usually do.
Yeah, thanks. Tim loves this movie. I think. I'm pretty sure.
It's a Western.
Been wrong before. A drama based on a Texas congressman.
JFK?
No.
Okay.
Charlie Wilson's
Charlie Wilson's War.
covert dealings in Afghanistan, where his efforts to assist rebels in their war with the Soviets have some unforeseen and long-reaching effects.
I do love this movie.
2007 Charlie Wilson's War. Starring Little Ties tie-in Tom Hanks. Now, this cast, though, star-studded. Tom Hanks, Amy Adams, Julia Roberts, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Emily Blunt, and I believe that's it. Tim?
Moderately
Anyone you want to throw in there? That I'm forgetting?
Justin Slattery?
Don't know who that is.
John Slattery. Thank you.
The white-haired guy?
Yeah.
Older guy? Yes.
Yeah. Who's been that age
Mad
forever?
Men.
But
Yeah.
seriously, how crazy is that?
Yeah, it's a
The
great
first four names. Hanks, Adams, Roberts, Seymour Hoffman. Like, Jesus. Written by...
This is kind of before Amy Adams blew up, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's like a lead.
And Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before they got crazy famous.
Right. But looking back now,
That screenplay.
you got 4 Academy Award winners. Written by Aaron Sorkin. I teased these guys off there earlier. Like, this is like all legends. Like, legendary cast, legendary writer. Directed by Mike Nichols. Legendary director, The Graduate, among many others.
Yeah.
Fucking insane. I liked it, didn't love it.
You hype it up so much. I didn't love it.
I said I loved it. I only gave it like a 3.5, I think.
Okay, well, that's the ballpark I'm in.
Yeah.
Like, I liked it.
Hoffman is by far the best part of the movie.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. If, like, you're a huge Hoffman fan, like, that would carry it. Like, that's what carried it for me.
Oscar nominated for it.
That's right. I was, like, itching to see the next Philip Seymour Hoffman scene. That's pretty much, like, the main heartbeat of the movie.
It's
for
like his
me.
best freakouts are in this. It's hilarious. So good.
They are fucking amazing. Oh my god. I hate Julia Roberts, so there's that.
Yeah.
My love of Seymour Hoffman was equally balanced by hatred for Julia Roberts. Amy Adams was good. Tom Hanks, just kind of very regular in it.
So he exists as usual.
Just
Just America's Dad.
it was so America's Daddy. It was like common era, current decade Tom Hanks, just safe, vanilla, like totally normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it played like a comedy, like it was just kind of a hangout comedy movie, but like set in the political scene of like the 80s, which is like pretty weird setting. Yeah, I don't know, nothing spectacular like cinematography wise. It really like relied on the writing.
Aaron Sorkin, yeah.
Yeah, Aaron Sorkin obviously killed it as per usual. The walk and talk style.
I guess that fits his style, right? What you're describing, like hanging out,
Oh,
talking, like that's
right in his
really-
wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Like there's a nice scene of Philip Seymour Hoffman and Tom Hanks on the balcony at a party. Like they just get pulled aside and they have this amazing like back and forth dialogue. It was fire for the streets. Inferno time? Fire? Hello. Anyway.
It's
Yeah.
fun for the world.
Just pretty good. Heavy 3, I'd have to say, for the Frame Man. Pretty good.
Hoffman's 2 freakouts on John Slattery
Oh,
are amazing.
fucking.
It's like worth watching the movie just for that.
I know it literally is.
Yeah.
I would say watch it just for that, or if you can find it on YouTube, like find the free
Shout out
count.
to Jason Burghardt who made me watch this because like that's one of his favorite, I think, movies, and also like he quotes Hoffman's Freak Out like. When we did work with him, he quoted like every day to me. I'm like,
I wish I could remember like
I gotta watch
the
this.
exact quotes. It's amazing. He just goes ape shit in the office of John Slattery. It's great.
All right, I'm gonna jump in next. Sorry, Ty.
Ty's gonna jump
maybe
off
next
a
time.
bridge.
Just be here on the floor if you need me.
I think I'm on like a trend of like foreign films, but
What?
I went with another
That's
foreign
crazy.
film this week.
no.
You?
Well, no, last week I watched The Greasy Strangler,
Oh,
but the week before that was foreign. Yeah, a sadomasochistic yakuza enforcer
Come in.
searches for his missing boss when he comes across another repressed and psychotic killer who may be able to inflict levels of pain that he's only dreamed of.
Is this Ichi the killer?
Yeah, you can read my notes.
What? No.
It is. It is Ichi the
I
Killer.
just heard killer so many times. I had to.
There's a lot of killing in this movie.
Really?
It's the director is
Heard it's
Takashi Miike, who did 13 Samurai and Audition.
I love 13 Samurai.
Yeah, but he's done like Yakuza Apocalypse and like other like crazy like.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. He's done like some of the most bizarre, varied. Like he's done family films and he's done like crazy.
I Saw the Devil, maybe, possibly.
What?
I think he did I Saw the Devil also.
I can't confirm or deny that, but I don't
I think he
so.
did that.
Ty?
Of course he did.
Yeah.
You guys didn't
Your
know?
favorite genre, the foreign film?
Yes, the foreign films.
Starring Tadanobu Asano, who you guys might know as Hogun from the Thor movies.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
The only Asian male in in those movies.
No, you'd think, but no.
Oh, out of the
One of Thor's like
the
band of jolly friends.
Rat Pack?
Yeah.
Warriors 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
Warriors 3.
As he stars as Kakahara, who's like the main like crazy like psycho enforcer killer guy, and then Ichi is played by another actor called Nao Omori, but it's kind of it's bizarre. It is actually bizarre. The story itself isn't that great, but it's worth the price of admission just to see the crazy like violence that's involved in this movie. And Adam, I was telling you earlier, I teased when I last seen you the other day. We went to see Moonlight about the title sequence. Do you remember that?
Oh yes, yeah.
Literally, the title sequence is one of the characters witness like this man like raping a prostitute and like beating her like bloody, and he's like masturbating on the balcony, and then the title sequence is like it's like a pile of his like jizz on the balcony, and like it like comes out, it like zooms in on it, and the title card like floats out of the like jizz. It's disgusting.
I think shout out to David Kingston. I think he told me about this movie. He loves it. He said to watch it, and he told me about that part.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
The most disgusting title sequence I think I've ever heard of.
I was
Is
pretty.
it more disgusting than Nocturnal Animals title sequence? Or is that or is that just the opening
That's
scene?
the opening
Damn,
sequence.
ignore me.
No, this is worse.
Tim edit.
Already
edits
am.
that.
I do really like the Nocturnal Animals opening sequence, so I thought it was like so shocking. Anyways, this movie just has like crazy, like almost like B movie level like violence, and there's kind of some points where I almost felt let down because they used like really cheap CG in some of it. Like there's one character gets like cut in half, like literally in half, and they do like the like cheap CG effect of like on the guy's face like splitting, and I was like, oh no.
Oh, like vertically in half?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want more movies to go like Bone Tomahawk route when they're cutting someone in half.
Crazy.
Or Kill Bill.
Adam, you should show that photo to the other
Let me see this.
members
Just got a
here.
nice photo here of a room full of
That's
mutilated
It looks
corpses.
very cartoony.
yeah. That actually wasn't. That looked more realistic
Wow.
than some of the CG scenes.
Wow.
But there's just some bizarre like I feel like the first half of the movie was I was very intrigued as to where this was going, because there was these crazy moments where Kakahara, like, he has like this mistake that he does, and he, like, in order to like atone for his mistake, he like cuts off his own tongue in front of his like boss to, like, normally like in Yakuza, like,
Oh boy.
was that,
Yeah.
did he do that himself?
Yeah, spoiler alert. Because at the end, someone does.
This was before Old Boy.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a weird coincidence. Are they both Korean?
No, this is Japanese.
Weird.
He cuts off his own tongue, like the end of his tongue. Like, he can still talk after it.
Fuck.
And there's a sequence where, like, basically his boss goes missing, and he's trying to like figure out what happened to his boss, right? But it's not really a spoiler. In the first sequence, you see that this other killer, like Ichi, who he's sort of operating like a parallel to at the same time, Ichi actually killed his boss. Like, it happened in the very beginning of the movie, so it's not really a spoiler. And then this like cleaning crew like cleans up the scene, and but Kakahara is trying to figure out who did it, right? So he's like interrogating and basically torturing these other like Yakuza guys. And in this one scene, he like, it's kind of famous, I guess. He like strings the guy up by like a bunch of hooks, and he's like hanging. Like, the hooks are like all like through his like skin on his back, and he's like torturing him. And he's like cooking shrimp as he's doing it, and he takes like the hot like oil and like pours it all over his back as he's like hanging. It's fucking insane levels of like cartoonish like violence. But I feel like the letdown of this movie is some of that CG is just really cheese. And in the second half of the movie, like, the first half was like all these crazy like violent, like, whoa, like shocking things, and like, I'm like, where's this going? And then where it ends up going is like not very like good, I feel. Yeah, it wasn't very. It didn't sort of.
It's disappointing, dude.
Yeah, it didn't lead to anything like some like crazy. Because you start off with those crazy like violent like scenes, and then you gotta like, how do you top that at the end? Like, do some crazy like finale that's like off the charts. They didn't do that. It kind of was a letdown, I guess, at the end. So for that reason, it kind of wasn't as good, I felt, as it could have been. I'm gonna go 3 out of 5. Ooh, 3 to 5 reels. It's worth seeing. It's just for those like crazy like violent scenes. Like, it's sort of on that level. It's
I'll
like
say for
great.
the jizz credits,
right?
Yeah,
but it's definitely worth seeing, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Ichi the Killer. It has almost a cult like following, I feel.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Ty, before you go, I did not rate my movie. Just remembered now.
What?
4 out of 5 for Man vs. Snake.
Oh shit!
I thought you rated it.
Sorry for keeping you guys hanging. I know you guys
apologize.
are all like freaking out.
I was just waiting for Scott to stop. I was like, Scott, stop! On Tim, I need to know his rating.
Thank you.
Ah.
Me too.
Adam went too. Tyler, what was the last movie?
Same thing. My movie. Probably the best tie-in of all time. So for Inferno, I watched. I'll give you a synopsis just in case.
Into the Inferno, Werner Herzog. I
Yes.
knew it.
No. A murder inside the Louvre and clues in Da Vinci painting lead to the discovery of a religious mystery protected by a secret society for 2,000 years, which could shake the very foundations of
You
Christianity.
watched National Treasure.
National Treasure 2.
The
Book
Book
of
of
Secrets.
Judgments.
No, I watched
Secrets.
The Da Vinci Code 2006.
Damn.
2006.
2006. 2006.
Did you watch Angels and Demons?
It's a prequel anyway, so it's okay.
It is?
It is?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
Oh.
Has anyone else seen it?
I have.
I have.
Tim, do you have it?
I don't know if the movie gets treated as a prequel, but the book was written before Da Vinci Code.
It must be a prequel.
Yeah.
So is
I don't remember
Inferno
doing
the
this.
third one?
Pardon?
Like, it goes Angels and Demons, Da Vinci Code, Inferno?
It goes
Chronologically.
Angels and Demons, Da Vinci Code, The Lost Symbol, which they skipped,
Oh.
Inferno.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ty. So, good stuff. Okay.
Okay.
You followed the chronological order knowingly.
Yeah, of course, naturally. I'll just give a cast list here because it's actually pretty nice. Tom Hanks, Ian McKellen, Jean Reno, Audrey Tautou. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm going to take a shot because you're all looking at me with your eyebrows up. Yeah, good. Paul Bettany, Alfred Molina, and the rest are like...
This is the first time I saw Paul Bettany in anything.
Yeah, too.
Really?
So too, yeah.
I knew him for a long time as the crazy pale monk man.
Interesting.
We're blowing Ty's mind.
Yeah. Ron Howard, directed by Ron Howard. So, this movie was incredible.
Oh, incredible.
I loved this movie.
Loved it.
Yeah. And then it brought me back to when we watched In the Heart of the Sea. When we watched that, and that was just like,
okay,
no. So I'm wondering, like, why was this so amazing? And what did Ron Howard do to just like mess that up? Anyway, that's
just pretty hit or miss, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has made good movies.
Because
it's not a piece of shit.
This is like bordering a 4 to a heavy 4 for me. Like I loved this movie.
I remember it being great. I remember enjoying it.
Ian McKellen's in this?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Sorry. He was great in it. Jean Reno was amazing. Overall, it was just a great movie. It was like
thrilling.
It felt like an intellectual national treasure.
Yes,
pretty much.
That's what it's billed as.
I always loved the like history like aspect of it. How like they're like finding these clues like in these like historical artifacts. I always liked that aspect of it.
One thing that really jumped. Tim, do you want to share with the rest of the class first?
Original Da Vinci Code. RT score. 25%.
Oh
wow!
Shit.
I didn't know it would be that low.
Wow, I thought it would be like 70.
I know, I thought it was better received than that.
Wow.
I knew it wasn't great, but I did not think it was that bad.
Hold on, I'm giving this like a potential heavy 4. And the RT score is what?
25.
Metascore is a little better, 46.
Guys, I'm blown away.
It's higher
right
than
now.
Inferno.
It's, well,
that's
for what, like, I don't know how much stock you put into IMDb,
not
but
much.
Tom Hanks fans on IMDb voted it his best movie. And that's like hundreds of thousands of votes.
Angels and Demon.
So
It's 37.
how did they make 3 of these?
Wow.
Because I personally hate the first 2, but like they made money and everyone I know liked them personally, and everyone like shits on me for hating them.
I barely remember the first one.
Oh, thank God!
I did not see the second one.
It's the first movie I remember falling asleep for like the entire movie.
It was long. Like this movie was actually, I think it was close to 2.5 hours. I think. It was a long.
Inferno was the shortest of the 3.
Yeah, there was like they could. I feel like they could have taken a lot out for this. But there was one scene in particular that I love. That like I'm not sure how closely they were because I like love digging into religion and like older stuff, stories, and especially in Christianity because there's this all over the place. So I love learning about that. And so there's this one part where Ian McKellen sits down with Tom Hanks and they completely dissect the Last Supper.
Yeah.
And I thought that was incredible. Yeah. So I'm now digging back through everything they said and like trying to actually
true?
That's what I'm wondering about because like everything they said made sense. And so I'm not sure if that was true, if it's like things that researchers have found they're trying to prove, like if it's real, not, if this is just the best way to get it out there, I don't know. But it was just, everything there was just so convincing and intriguing at the same time. So like, I loved it. This was a great movie, especially the ending. I thought was really cool.
Really? I don't remember the ending whatsoever.
I remember the ending with the girl.
Yeah, it's just like, what is that? Maybe, who knows? So
right,
yeah,
yes, I remember the twist.
Yeah,
I don't.
It was good.
She's possibly related to someone very famous.
Yeah.
That. I'm trying to think.
Anyways, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. This person.
Yeah.
Ron Howard.
Did a very.
It's related to Ron Howard.
Yeah.
Marcellus Howard. All right.
I'm going to give this. I made up my mind. I'm giving this a heavy 4.
Wow.
I am.
Good.
I love these movies. I love
guns,
this type of movie that sheds light on things of this nature. Like, I love that.
Well, let's segue that into our review of the week.
Oh.
One of our reviews of this week. Inferno. Directed by Ron Howard. Starring Tom Hanks, Felicity Jones, Ben Foster, Irfan Khan, and Omar Sy.
Now,
No, thank you.
in a show of audible hands, who saw this movie?
We all did.
Tyler.
We all did.
Adam did not.
Yeah, there it is.
Actually, speak for your fucking
I was actually
self.
going to skip it.
Yeah.
That's why I messaged you guys like 3 times. I was like, we're for sure watching this.
We were actually sitting in the theater when you messaged us.
Robert Langdon, were you done?
Oh, yeah.
Robert Langdon wakes up in a hospital with no memory of the last 48 hours. He soon discovers that he holds a secret to finding the location of a virus that is set to be released on the world, virtually halving the population.
Dun, dun, dun. Tyler, what do you think of Inferno? Since you just watched the Da Vinci Code. Did you watch Da Vinci Code prior to watching Inferno?
Yes.
Okay. So what's your opinion on Inferno then?
I disliked Inferno.
That's good.
I'm trying to say
You're growing.
I'm trying to say this the best way possible.
Shocking.
I watched it, and throughout the entire movie, I just sat there going, I don't care. Right. Nothing about this grabbed me. There was very little from the first one that, like...
Really? That was me from the first 2. Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons.
Yeah, but see, like...
Boredom.
Yeah, but see, you didn't like them. Like, you didn't at least like the first one, so, like, you just don't like it just because of its... On a whole, you don't like it.
Right.
This
one
was a letdown for you.
This was,
You're disappointed.
I was very disappointed in this. Like... With all the mystery and the running around they did in Da Vinci Code, with this, it just felt like lame. Like it was just,
Sad.
Yeah,
that's very sad.
I felt cheated by it. Like it felt like it was supposed to be like the same kind of energy, and it wasn't. It didn't feel like it had the same feel. Like I'm not saying do the exact same thing, but at least show this is at least in some way still part of the series. It's
like they already used the like Mona Lisa, the like Last Supper. They already used like the really really famous things, like artifacts that everyone knows, and now they're like delving into like stuff that, I mean, they did Dante's Inferno, which I guess is well known, but then like everything else that followed that. Everything else was just like
you remember this guy, right? This guy. And I was like, no one knows this guy.
No one knows this guy.
So I was disappointed.
You were let down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump in. I think this movie is pretty bad. I feel like I laughed a lot. Also, I do want to bring up the like world's worst assassin is in this movie.
I think
that woman,
like
Tim, you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't think she's like the world's worst assassin. I feel like she's like the world's worst person at blending in and trying to make herself unseen. Because she just
literally the worst.
She just does things that are just like everyone knows what you're doing and what your intentions are.
She's literally a fail.
Yeah. Like sneak into this place and she runs into it. Like
I think the writing was pretty awful. The acting was not great at all.
Nothing stellar.
Like Felicity Jones was like okay for the first bit, and then it just got rough.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks, I thought was pretty
mediocre throughout the whole entire movie. I think.
I feel like we give him a pass because it's Tom Hanks, but he was pretty rough.
This felt phoned in. I think.
Yeah. Overall, not pretty boring.
Yeah.
Like nothing exciting.
Yeah.
Like at all really happened. Yeah. It didn't like my pulse didn't like go up at all.
Yeah.
It was just like baseline, like just standard, like okay, I'm watching this. This is nothing really is doing it for me.
Yeah.
And no level of excitement at all. So for me, very meh. Tim, what are your thoughts?
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to edit in my review of Jack Reacher into this and just replace some names and stuff, and then you guys tell me if you can see a difference.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just bland and boring. Didn't grab me. Performances, both Toms, Tom Cruise and Tom Hanks, were like characters that they were returning to, phoned it in. Like stiff female leads.
Yeah.
Terrible assassins on either side. Like it's
Yeah.
yeah, not good. Very, very boring. I also don't like the first one that I saw. I don't remember it. I saw it when I was like 16, so who knows?
Da Vinci Code?
Yeah, I saw it when it first came out on like DVD.
You might enjoy it a little more now.
Maybe.
I enjoyed it. I watched it a few years ago.
Yeah, that's it. Not good. Not good. It's not as bad as Jack Reacher.
Yeah.
Jack Reacher that offended me. This one's marginally better, but not by much.
I mean, like, there's potential here for like you could get into like trying to make a statement about like population, like how they're getting into like that sort of side of it, of like a certain character wants to like cut the population like down to like restart. Like they could have gone more like political or something with it. They could have done more.
Yeah, I would have.
But they very, you know.
They didn't even tie that in well. Like they didn't even tie that in well to what they were trying to do.
Well, they changed it from the book as well. I looked into it afterwards. The ending's different. You can get into it in spoilers.
Okay.
I also would have kept Ben Foster around, but it's because I love Ben Foster.
Yeah.
He's a great character. Just make him the villain. Like
why
not? Like why?
I did think it was pretty dumb. This isn't spoiler. Like in the trailer, you see him jump off a building. Yeah. So
plus, like he leaves. Like this might be spoilers, but he leaves a trail for his predecessor to follow to find where the virus is.
Yeah.
Why? Why doesn't he just tell them where it is?
Yeah.
He's like, me and you are the only two people that know where the virus is. This is where it is. In case something happens to me, just go get it. Not be like, here's this little capsule with a light that lights up Dante's famous like painting, and then I've rearranged it, and there's letters that you gotta like unravel and follow that to like.
The only person that's going to be able to help you figure this out is the one guy that's not going to help you succeed with it. So
it's bizarre.
Have fun with that.
It's a bizarre plan.
Yeah. I'm also half dooming you to fail. So
let's move into spoilers because I got a few things.
Oh, we didn't ask Adam about it.
Adam, what do you think, man?
You know what, guys? I mean, it's classic era Tom Hanks. The guy's vanilla, plain, boring.
All right, let's move on into spoilers.
Crazy, just crazy.
It was really good though.
Let's give our ratings and then we'll get to it. Tyler.
I'm gonna give this a
7.
Pass. Come back to me.
Can't do it.
I'm gonna give Inferno a 2.
Savage.
Might even be too high, but 2 out of 5 reels.
I'm going light 2, and I'm struggling as to why it would be that high.
Right.
That's kind of where I'm at right now. Heavy 1, light 2.
Like
That's where I'm bouncing.
Okay,
I'm gonna give this a 2. I light 2.
All right.
Yeah. I'll give it 5.
Yeah, sick. Let's move on to spoilers. Ben Foster's dumb.
It's a terrible plan, right?
Literally stupid. Also, why did he just have one little baggie of the virus? Yeah. One. That's it? Yeah. That's your plan?
Yeah.
One baggie.
And like, why hide it? It makes no sense.
Like, what do you wait? Like, I didn't understand. It just made no logical sense at all.
He's like the worst terrorist ever. Like, if he was going to pull this off, why not just put it where it was? Like, put a timer on it.
Oh, you mean like what happens in the book?
Oh, is that what happens?
What happens in the book? I'll tell you this.
Well, guys, you're spoiling the fucking movie for me.
And the book, so...
They find where the virus is, and by the time they get to it, it's already been released. And they're like, too fucking bad. And the virus is not like a plague that kills people. It's like this thing that sterilizes 1/3 of the population. So the population like won't get crazy out of control anymore. It's just like...
You just can't have kids.
You just can't have kids.
That's it.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Which makes more sense. Instead of like killing 4 billion people.
It's just like the next generation is less.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Plus also, it's like Watchmen style. It's like it's already done before they even get to it.
So it's like it happened to the world basically.
Yeah. And then they're like, they find out that's been released. They're like, oh, or should we tell people? They're like, no, let's just kind of leave it. There's not much we can do about it now at this point.
I can see why they changed it then.
Yeah, it's not very Hollywood. Ron Howard mentioned it in an interview I read. He's like, yeah, it's not like a Hollywood ending. We had to We need to make it more
change it a bit. I hate
Hollywood.
that.
Yeah.
I hate
They had to
that.
make it more Hollywood.
make it more like
That is so
acceptable
Ron
to
Howard.
like the mainstream.
Yeah, we need to make it.
Fuck.
We need to make it better for the masses. You know,
And also,
That's
let
she,
go of all
um,
creativity and individualism. And
she also betrays Ben Foster in it. And
oh, really?
she's trying to destroy the virus instead of just trying to find it
In the
and keep
books?
it. Yeah,
So she would actually be working with Tom
she's
Hanks.
double agent. No, because Tom Hanks is just trying to find it
Okay, so she wants to find it
and then destroy it
in a good way.
in a good way.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
bizarre. They just made her the bad guy instead, I guess.
See, I also hated the twist of her being.
There. If you take her out,
Savage.
like, she literally serves no purpose other than to fuck shit up.
She's
Well,
like
that's a
the
purpose.
she's like the stock female like sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the stock.
Um,
Off the assembly line, just bloop.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is
Shit.
like, why would she agree to go along with this bullshit like thing, like plan? Like, why would she think this is a good idea? But then you realize there's like this cheap like twist of like, oh, she's actually like in love with Ben Foster, and like she's like, yeah, it was. I think it was just
Awesome.
poorly done. She's like, I love him. Like this, her delivery on that part where she says that she like loves
Just
him.
weird.
I was just like, no, that
No, you don't.
you just acted.
No.
I can see that you just acted.
Look, I'm watching you acting.
Like it was just bad. I thought that was poorly handled.
I want to know what was going to set it off if she hadn't gone there and gotten the detonation devices and put them, like she had attempted to detonate it. What was going to set it off? Because the only reason it actually had, like, it almost went off was because she actually showed up and started doing shit. So why would he, like, go through all this trouble to hide a way for her to do it when really, like, it didn't make sense.
It was
to me.
dumb. It
You
was
know what I
dumb.
mean?
His
Do you guys know
plan
what I
was
mean when I'm talking
dumb.
about this?
His
Like,
plan was retarded. Like,
as far as I know, the only way that she could have, like, it was going to go off was if she set it off, and he made that, like, impossible for her.
The only thing that makes sense to me would be if he was just talking a big game and he wasn't actually planning on releasing it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, why would you kill yourself then? Obviously, you plan on doing it. So if you plan on doing it and you have it ready in a bag, why not just like release it why not just have it on you and jump into the crowd and be like,
Yeah.
explode it all over people?
right. Because we wouldn't have this movie.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We wouldn't have this masterpiece.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Yeah. Just the way he tried, like his strategy for this plan was just.
who was a writer on this? Do we know who wrote this?
Same guys who wrote the first.
Fuck, that's upsetting.
Also, Ron Howard's style is like completely gone from this movie.
Right?
Like,
It
you
felt
can't tell it's a Ron Howard
His
movie.
zero style.
bland.
How do you tell a Ron Howard movie?
It's very yellow.
Amazing. His last 10 movies. You
I
can't
thought
tell.
Irfan Khan's character was kind of jokes. Like the
Yeah, he was
only
pretty hilarious. He's like,
slightly good part of this movie
Yeah,
was
he's-
like some of his like one-liners.
Also completely insane at the same time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Off the hook. But that was the only bright spot for me.
Yeah.
A couple of one-liners where he kept telling the guy that it was a rhetorical question. And stuff
Yeah.
like that. But even still, like, that's all I got. Let's move on
From this general upsetment.
into our other review of the week.
Oh.
Which Adam might be able to shed some light on.
Say a single word about it? Yeah.
Moonlight. Directed by Barry Jenkins, starring Naomi Harris, Mahershala Ali, Janelle Monáe, Trevante Rhodes, Ashton Sanders, Andre Holland, among several others. It's the story of this sort of three-part arc of this boy, young kid, man, and it's sort of following his sort of struggles growing up, dealing with his sexuality, dealing with his family, his relationships, and how he sort of is becoming a man, I guess, and sort of a coming of age story. Adam, what are your thoughts on Moonlight?
Well,
spoiler free, please.
I will withhold all spoilers for those who have not seen it. Excuse me while I take my sweater off. I'm starting to boil in here.
Cut to the chase, bro.
Sorry. What did I think of Moonlight, Scott?
Yeah.
I thought Moonlight was very, very good.
Oh my god.
I liked it quite a bit.
Did you know?
I did. It didn't, I guess, like, it didn't blow me away or anything. Like, it's not a 5. I'll just get that out of the way for me. But it's very good.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, it's shit. You're right. No, beautifully shot. Like, the cinematography was great. A lot of cool, like, camera tricks that I did not expect for, you know, kind of a love story kind of drama. The score was incredible. I'm like trying to look up the composer right now. The score blew me away. The performances were good. It was good on all facets of the movie. Just it's not a 5 because like just the story wasn't quite, didn't give me that like gut punch that I really truly wanted. And I also don't know how I feel about the ending. I didn't love the ending.
The ending, like how
Like
the
the final-
exact
like
scene,
the ending.
the shot.
Yeah, like the last 10 seconds. Go ahead,
True.
Scott.
I didn't. That didn't bother me.
No?
The ending. No.
There's like a fucking audible gasp in the theater.
Is there some sort of like reveal
like-
or like twist at the end or something like
Not really.
that? No.
It's just like,
It was? I don't.
you didn't hear people being like, what the fuck?
No.
Yeah, it was all around you.
I was enraptured.
Just like that sort of awkward tension. Like, what?
That reminds me of like in the theater when we saw The Witch.
Oh my god, that's right.
What the fuck?
The wall was 10 times worse for that. Like, that was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Like, ugh.
But yeah, Moonlight for me, I really liked Moonlight. I thought I'll agree with everything you said. But I think it was very like atypical of this like story. This kid like growing up in the hood, and, like becoming this like gangsterish character like near the end, and just like it was a very interesting like character study for me. I feel like the first third was like really good. Especially with Mahershala Ali.
Oh, I love him.
Like every scene he was in, I loved.
Oh, is that
Juan?
Conmouth from
Yeah,
Luke Cage?
Yeah.
he was
fucking
sick.
amazing.
He was a gangster.
I love that guy. Holy shit.
And I loved how Chiron, the main character, how he kind of like turned into Juan at the end. How his like car was like, he had the crown on his
I never thought of that.
on his dashboard, and he was like emulating his like father figure.
You can totally see he's influenced by him, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. I guess
he's
you're
like tries to become this like hard like gangster to like, I guess, hide his sort of insecurities as like,
yeah.
you know, how he was like being bullied when he was younger. He'd like turn himself into this like.
I would almost say that is kind of a, didn't bother me, but it's kind of a nitpick. Just that like there wasn't really any twists or anything. Like it was just kind of played out sort of how how you would see it from the trailer. Like it is what it is, which, you know, it's kind of unfair. Like I'm not saying I like hated that or anything, but I don't know. It didn't kind of exceed what I like saw happening.
That's fair.
You know,
I would agree with that.
nitpicky, but
I think there were some great emotional moments for sure. Like,
yeah,
between him and his like mother, played by Naomi Harris. I think there was this one scene between Mahershala Ali, I keep having to say his tough name, and Naomi Harris, where he like confronts her like in the car, and they like get in this like kind of like, argument on the street. Like that scene was
just reminded me.
amazing.
That was
Sick.
fucking great.
Yeah.
Like it was so
Right?
good,
Wasn't it?
right,
Does he
Tim?
yell? Love people
Somewhat.
yelling movies.
But that had like
More
an
of a
emotional
quiet storm.
Of course it would be.
You know our boy,
it had this-
Marshall.
I saw him beat someone's face in episode 1 Luke Cage. It was great.
Yeah, he's fucking fantastic. Gold.
And also at the end, the tension in the diner, was next level.
Very real.
Yeah.
Some close-minded people are gonna watch this movie and obviously a gay relationship's gonna make them uncomfortable, right? Like Trump supporters or someone disgusting. But if you can't relate to some of the issues in this movie, you don't have to be gay
to relate to to what's.
That's what I'm saying.
The problems this person's going through, the struggle. It's
the
it doesn't have to do with what your sexual orientation.
We've all had that awkward tension of seeing an ex kind of thing. That was so relatable. It blew me away.
Yeah, or just someone you haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be specific to an ex, but yeah, it was just it reminded me of a better Boyhood, I would say, because it's following his entire life.
Yeah,
Chiron, and just the setting of Miami in the hood is just a very vibrant setting and interesting setting.
Yeah,
visually,
the way it's shot, visually. Gorgeous, but the use of colors as well, really bright, and there was a lot of blues in it as well.
Yeah,
I know you must have noticed that blues,
of course,
which is
color in general.
The color of Moonlight, right?
Or the trailer looked gorgeous.
Yeah, very blue.
And
right?
there's sort of this quote early on, where they I'm trying to remember who it was. Was it Marshall Ali who says that someone was telling him that he called him Blue because he was always out at night and you see him in Moonlight.
This is based off a book or something, right?
A play.
And the play's called Black Boys Look Blue in Moonlight or something like that?
Yeah.
That's just a story that he tells. There's this one old Spanish lady on the block when I was a kid. She called me Blue because at night she said all she could see was blue. I looked blue or whatever.
But then he's like, oh, did people call you Blue still or whatever? It was did you make that your nickname? He's like, no, make yourself your own, you don't use other people, what other names other people call you,
And it was beautiful to watch this hard gangster just take in this child and father him. This is the last kind of thing you would expect, and this is all the first act of the movie.
Is he only in the first act?
Yeah.
See, that was one thing.
It seems like he's made an impression because you guys.
See, another nitpick that crushed me. That you don't see him again.
They didn't really explain what his absence, but
I was waiting. I'm where is this guy? I love him.
But I thought Janelle Monáe was good.
I could see her getting Janelle Monáe. Is that the singer?
Harris. Yeah.
Okay, no, she was. Yeah, I thought she was pretty good.
She was good.
The
Naomi
mother,
Harris.
She's gonna get Oscar buzz.
She'll probably get nominated for this movie.
Really?
I definitely think
she was
so.
she played the crack addicted mother.
Transformative performance. Naomi Harris from
Miss Moneypenny.
Moneypenny.
I was just saying.
Yeah.
James Bond films.
After the Sunset.
James Bond fan?
Yeah, James Bond. Pirates of the Caribbean, etc.
Oh my God, she's in your two favorite things.
Wow.
And is she the
28 Days Later?
The witch lady in Paris?
Yeah.
Wow, she's very different.
A very good
she
accent
looks
too.
Psycho crackhead in this.
Closer to the Pirates of the Caribbean character.
I thought she was great.
She was fantastic.
Transformative keyword.
And all the Chiron iterations, all the different actors that played Chiron, they were all very good.
I thought they were spot on.
And just their the characterization, how he always looked down and was sort of reserved. Right. He would always look down. All of the actors did that. They kept that sort of visual cue.
Who were you most impressed by? Youngest Chiron, teenage Chiron, or oldest?
I thought they equally shone, in my opinion.
I thought they all played their roles perfectly.
Yeah.
But I thought the oldest impressed me the most.
Yeah, I could definitely see him getting more roles because of this.
Oh, I think
Trevante Rhodes.
I'm just gonna go out there and say I think he could get nominated.
Really?
Because this is his first leading role in the movie. He's credited for Westworld in one episode. Did not see him, and everything else he's uncredited appearance, basically an extra. And the way he his range in like the limited time he's in the movie is only in the third act, obviously being the oldest version.
Yeah.
How he goes from gangster to awkwardly kind of reverting back to that shy kid.
Yeah.
Like, was, I don't know, blew me away. And he has a pretty good emotional one-liner. You guys know I love my emotional one-liners.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking great.
Amazing.
Amazing, thank you. And yeah, so just the whole surprise factor. I'm like, shit, I've never seen this guy before. He's like doing this perfectly. This is great.
I feel like he'll get snubbed. Like,
Yeah.
I think people are more leaning towards as supporting for Mahershala Ali or like supporting actress Naomi Harris. I feel like that would
Mahershala Ali's actually getting buzz.
No, I feel like if they were going to nominate anyone, it would be either of those two.
Yes, okay.
But Naomi Harris is getting the most recognition. I could see Barry Jenkins getting some, maybe, I don't know about directing. But
directing, yeah. Because visually it was like beautiful.
Cinematography, maybe. Screenplay, maybe.
It's going to be Oscar.
The dialogue was minimalist, but effective.
Right, that's a good way to say it.
Like, there was a lot of, like, long takes of just people looking.
If critic reaction is like telling for Oscar nominations, this has a 99 Metascore.
99% on Rotten Tomatoes as well.
Holy shit. Really?
Like, no one dislikes this movie, basically.
That's wild. Oh my god.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
You guys should definitely check out Moonlight. I'm sure I did want to see it because of the buzz it's getting, and I think it's deserving for the most part. So, let's move on.
Oh, mind if I rate it? But
after we rate it, let's move on.
I'll hit it with the old, ooh, I'm so torn. I'm torn. 4, heavy 4. That is the question. I gotta go 4. With, rights to change it. I may change it on a rewatch. Maybe a heavy 4.
I'm gonna go heavy 4.
Oh,
I feel like it's missing a half star because Mahershala Ali isn't in it enough.
It's missing some of the movie.
But I honestly can't think of anything like bad to say besides that. So yeah, heavy 4. It's great.
Hey, I can't
check
disagree.
It out. Check it out. Let's move on then into our news topics. Couple things to talk about. Firstly, let's talk about the trailer for Life, starring Ryan Reynolds, Jake Gyllenhaal, Rebecca Ferguson, Hiroyuki Sanada, among some other actors who I don't really recognize. Yeah. It's a story of the scientists on the International Space Station who discover that there's this single-celled organism that is not from Earth. It's the first extraterrestrial organism.
Okay.
But it seems like a thriller because something happens to one of them, it looks like, to do with this organism. What do you guys think of this trailer? Tim, I want to start with you because I know you like some sci-fi, don't you?
It's a Timmy 5 bang. Let's put it out there.
Looks good. I'm excited for it.
Really?
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds looks good. Jakey G,
that's it.
my boy, looks good. Effects look pretty decent from what I saw. Yeah, it looks good. Doesn't look great or anything. It looks good. I don't know why, but I don't know. It just looks good, man. That's all I got. It's a sci-fi movie. It's a thriller.
One of the trivia on IMDb, this movie is inspired by Alien. Sick. Tim?
Well,
sick.
Amazing.
5 bang.
I'll jump in here. It looks really good. I can't. I kind of get where Tim's coming from. You can't really say it's great. I feel like they haven't given us enough really to say that it's great.
It's not a great trailer.
Yeah, like they haven't really done a whole lot. Like there's like quick scenes here, quick scenes there, but like they haven't really shown us anything that's great worthy yet. I'm definitely intrigued, which on that alone I think is great. So
yeah, I think this is a bad trailer.
Oh, okay.
For a movie that could be okay.
Is this a teaser or is this a trailer?
This is a trailer.
Oh.
Yeah.
This trailer fucking blows.
Yeah. The movie could be fine. Could be okay. But I feel like it just wasn't. There wasn't anything there. Like,
thought it was a
and what they
teaser.
did reveal was like, well, that's a little bit too much almost. Of like with the organism, like latch.
Yeah, they showed a lot of that scene.
I'm like,
Where is this
they
thing?
showed like a lot of that. Yeah, they showed a lot of that scene. It was like playing out probably
Yeah.
how it will in the movie. It's like, well, you probably didn't have to like. You could have like teased a little bit of that, and still
They did, like, they teased it, and then, like,
they kept going.
it was perfect, and then
Like
they just didn't
kept
stop.
going. And I definitely got Adam sort of miming the like flamethrower.
It's a great visual gag.
Yeah. But I was just gonna say that
We're on TV.
it did. We're on TV. We're being filmed right now.
Good.
I definitely got that alien vibe of like he's like dissecting the like organism, like literally the same as an alien, and like attacks him. Even though it didn't attack him in Alien, it was like similar. And then it kind of turned into like The Thing, how like Ryan Reynolds was like had the flamethrower. It's like clearly like the organism, like it's like I feel like it's gonna be like The Thing in space or something.
Alien and the Thing mixed.
I'm in.
Well, I'll jump in.
Yeah.
When I watched this trailer earlier today, I thought it looked great. I'm disturbed by your guys' negative reactions.
Excuse me.
Well, Scott and Ty's negative reactions. Tim is like, well, I'm torn because I thought the trailer was great when I watched it earlier, and I just looked up the whole team behind this movie, and I think they're disguising what this movie is. I think they've set it up as like a sci-fi thriller, and I think it's gonna have a very different tone because there's that one-liner from Reynolds, like, gonna be a hell of a custody battle, and like I just saw that it's the two guys, Paul Wernick and Rhett Reese. They wrote Deadpool and Zombieland along with Reynolds. They also wrote this movie, so I have a feeling, I don't know, I just have a feeling they could be like polishing a turd. It's the director of Safe House. So like I love Deadpool and Zombieland, but that comedy style doesn't match the trailer I saw.
Yeah.
And the fact that they did show one of those Reynolds one-liners, I feel like it's gonna be a lot more like goofy or like funny or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like they hid all the humor in like a reverse Suicide Squad almost. Like they actually have this funny movie.
I don't think it'll. I didn't get that.
No.
Like I could see.
I didn't get that from the
I
trailer.
wouldn't
but
read.
now that you know the writers, you don't think.
But I think that's typical of this genre of movie where there's sort of this like alien style movie, which has been emulated many times since.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's sort of that build up where everyone's like excited and like happy and like making jokes, and then it like turns.
Yeah, Prometheus and
Right. So I think we'll get maybe some funny jokes in the beginning, but I think it's gonna turn into a thriller.
Well, that's the only almost negative I had. I thought it looked great. I love Jake Gyllenhaal. I thought Ryan Reynolds' like performance looked amazing from the little sampler we saw. I love the effects. Like it looks like these miniatures on the spaceship. I love the little alien organism. I think it looks great.
I think
if they're not polishing a turd.
I think the movie will be good. I'm trying to be optimistic. It could be good.
Savage, okay.
But I just felt like the way this trailer was cut, I didn't think it probably did any justice to the movie.
Really?
But we'll have to see when it comes out. But
oh god,
I don't know. I don't think it was as effective as it could have been, especially considering that cast.
Shots out of the windows of the spaceship, like showing the outside of the spaceship, literally looked like stock footage from Gravity.
Right.
I'm like, did they fucking use Gravity clips in this trailer?
Yeah.
Like, I swear to God, I need a side by side. They look identical.
Yeah.
But that was like my own, like, I don't even know if that's a negative. It's just, that's something that I saw. And the flamethrower looked terrible, CGI. It was like disgustingly awful. But other than that, we'll see when the movie comes out.
Yeah. We'll have to see. You know. Until then, let's move on into our next news topic.
Okay, sure. I'd love to.
Josh Trank,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
you guys might know, director of Fantastic Four.
Fan Four Stick
Yeah.
Chronicle.
And
Four Stick.
Chronicle. is developing. He's going to be directing a film about the great Al Capone.
Oh, is he now?
Starring Tom Hardy himself.
My boy.
But this film will be set a little bit later in Capone's life, after he's already been in jail for 10 years. And he's sort of dealing with dementia, his, like, past, like...
He's out of jail, though.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
His past is kind of haunting him a bit, I guess. But yeah, what do you guys take on this? Is this a good fit? Ty, what do you think? You want to see this movie? Tom Hardy?
Well, it's kind of bizarre thinking about Tom Hardy as Al Capone. To me, that just seems bizarre, like casting-wise.
I gotta say, did not think your problem with the story would be Tom Hardy. That shocks me.
What's that?
Like what you just said, I didn't think that would be like the director of Fan Forstick, and your problem is Tom Hardy as Al Capone. I would think, like, I'll jump in. My problem is the director just made one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Yes, but at the same time, one of the worst movies that they don't even say that he really directed it. They said there was too many hands in there that he barely even directed it. So I feel like you can't really base Fantastic Four on Josh Trank's directing abilities.
That's actually a very, like, well-rounded answer from you.
Because it's really, if you think about it, what did he really direct? You know, a movie that 1,000 people had their hand in.
Yeah, like, we discussed this at length. This studio
I honestly forgot.
interfered a lot.
I totally forgot about all that. You're right.
There's a lot of studio interference with the edit of Fan Forstick.
And for that alone, I'm actually excited to
You know what
see.
he did direct? The only good stuff. Like the body horror scenes, like anything with like a horror vibe.
Yeah.
He directed.
So that itself could be interesting. 'Cause I'm actually excited to see what Josh Trank can do.
I love Tom Hardy. He's a chameleon. If you've seen The Drop, he can do like a Brooklyn accent. He'd be great as Al Capone. I like Chronicle.
He's from Chicago, but nice.
Whatever. He can do that gangster accent. I like the Chronicle. Fan Forstick is a flaming pile of dog shit, but it's not only his fault. So he could possibly do well, I think. Maybe.
For me,
it's a question mark for me.
I'm totally in, and then it's like, and then there's Josh Trank. Like the synopsis that I read, and then Tom Hardy playing Al Capone. Even though, I agree with you, Ty, Tom Hardy, like visually, his face, and then Al Capone, I'm like, they don't look
very
alike.
different.
I can see Tom Cruise like putting on. Oh God!
What have you done?
You're
Tom Hardy. I can see Tom Hardy putting on like 60 pounds.
What, was he fat?
Yeah, just go full
Everyone's
method.
fat. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
bit chubby.
he was
I
a
could
chubby
see.
guy.
I could see Tom Hardy going like method
Full
on this.
method. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Didn't Robert De Niro play Al Capone?
Probably.
In
Yes. And on the
Untouchables?
Untouchables. Yeah.
Tom Hardy reminded me a lot of Robert De Niro in The Drop. So
And then Al Capone's also in Boardwalk Empire. Very good.
played by who?
Do you know in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch? I think it's mostly in Snatch. Jason Statham's buddy, like short guy.
Yeah.
Him.
Oh, I can see that.
He played Al Capone. He's very good at it. He's nuts.
Interesting.
He's insane.
But I do like seeing Tom Hardy play like someone who's sort of like a little bit unhinged.
Yeah.
I think it's like it's a good fit, like the character wise.
Perfect for him.
But Josh Trank scares me. I hope it's like him.
Yeah. Sorry, we just looked at a picture of Al Capone. Like, in my mind, that's like
Identical.
exactly what I was thinking.
He better gain like 80 pounds. I would love that. And
He's
will.
got the right lips though.
Yeah, like I see it. The nose and the lips. It's just he just
You know
needs to
what?
plump up.
Yeah, he just needs to
I totally
get
see
a
it.
little bit of chub going on. And you know what? I'm sold on it.
After the picture, you're in?
Yes.
Let's see it again. Because like this is like it's gonna
But
be.
for me, the red flag is Josh Trank, which I thought Chronicle was okay, but I'm hoping that a change of pace here, that he can sort of direct his own film here and sort of show, you know what, guys, I'm not just the director of Fantastic Four, that I can do this biopic It's like Capone biopic and kind of prove himself a bit more. So I'm optimistic because I like Tom Hardy so much. I think I'm fairly looking forward to this movie.
Just did a side by side of their faces. I'm in. Should be fucking great. He looks like him but skinny.
Tim, did you
Did not.
give your thoughts yet?
I'm excited because Tom Hardy is amazing. I would love to see this movie come out. I'm guessing it's probably going to end up not being directed by Josh Trank. I think he's probably going to have like some issue with something and he's going to drop out. That's my guess. We'll see this movie, but it won't be directed by Josh Trank.
That's amazing.
That's my guess.
That's savage also.
Yeah.
It's not Fox, is it?
Oh,
Is it
God.
same studio?
I doubt he would work with Fox again.
How
Honestly, I
amazing would that
doubt
be?
that he would work again, but like,
I'm astonished that he got another movie just a year later, or like 2 years later.
Yeah, somewhere that movie's going to be in like production hell.
I don't think he would do that. He can't be stupid enough to go crazy again. Like do something.
We'll see.
You know what I mean? Can he be? I don't know.
We'll see.
We shall have to see when the movie comes out.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that'll do it for episode 69 of the Up Real Late podcast.
You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube.
Oh my God.
I forgot what I usually plug. Twitter and YouTube.
iTunes?
Twitter and iTunes and YouTube at Up Real Late. And you can follow me personally on Letterboxd at Up Real Tim.
you sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
positive.
You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram at UpReal8 Podcast. You can also find myself on Letterboxd at UpRealTye, Tye.
You can find me on Twitter at Franey25 and on Instagram and Letterboxd at UpRealAdam.
And you can follow myself on Letterboxd at UpRealScott. And of course, don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below to join the discussion. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like our stuff. We really appreciate that. So yeah, guys, keep it real.